Greater Sydney is one of the most diverse metropolitan areas in the world. 43% of its residents were born overseas, and more than 40% speak a language other than English at home. In theory, this makes Sydney a vibrant hub where people from different backgrounds can meet, connect, and live together. But if you look more closely, both visible and invisible boundaries remain. Research shows that communities often tend to retreat into their own spaces, reproducing subtle yet persistent forms of informal segregation. The paradox is clear. Greater diversity does not necessarily translate into greater cross-cultural interaction. Decades of social psychological research on intergroup contact have shown that meaningful encounters between members of different social groups are among the most effective tools for reducing prejudice and building social cohesion. Yet, in everyday life, such encounters do not happen automatically. Whether contact occurs depends on volition, people's willingness and motivation to seek out opportunities for contact. But moreover, it also depends on the structural features of the environments they inhabit. Urban design, socioeconomic divides, and structural arrangement can all shape who meets whom and who remains apart. My research focuses on this intersection of psychology and place. It examines the individual and structural factors that sustain or disrupt everyday segregation. At its heart lies a simple but pressing question. Why, despite so much opportunity, do people often avoid crossing social boundaries? And what motivates others to step across them and build connections instead? Hi, my name is Aaron Lauterbach and I'm a PhD researcher at Western Sydney University. I'm standing here in front of our lively Parramatta City campus. Here in Parramatta, Sydney's cultural mix truly shines, as over 70% of the inhabitants here have a parent that was born in a non-English speaking background country. My research advances intergroup contact theory by moving beyond artificial settings to examine how segregation unfolds in everyday urban life. I combine a comprehensive psychological survey with GPS tracking from participants' smartphones over a 3-month period. Using latent class analysis, I link psychological dispositions such as attitudes, personality traits, and past experiences to distinct profiles of mobility across Sydney's neighborhoods. This approach allows me to identify, both theory and data-driven, the interplay of the psychological, social, and structural factors that predict individuals' engagement with or avoidance of spaces associated with ethnic outgroups. Furthermore, next to measuring the actual time people spend in diverse areas, I introduced GPS-based indicators such as route variability and route novelty to investigate whether exploratory and dynamic movement through mixed urban spaces is associated with markers of cognitive flexibility, creativity, and openness to experiences. To put the GPS data into context, I group Sydney's neighborhoods into 5 types of areas. From those where most people have a mother born in an English-speaking background country to those where most have a mother born in a non-English-speaking background country. By recruiting 100 adults from each of the 5 area types, with an even 50-50 English-speaking to non-English-speaking background split, I incorporate both majority and minority perspectives. These insights have direct implications for policy and practice. By mapping who avoids which areas, we can uncover the hidden boundaries that keep communities apart. This knowledge can guide urban planners and community organizations to design spaces that connect rather than divide. For example, parks that bridge neighborhoods, community gardens that bring people together, or plazas that serve as genuine meeting points across cultures. Alongside the features of the city, I also look at what drives people's individual engagement with others. One important factor may be life transitions, like recently moving to Sydney or starting university. Moments that demand building new networks, exploring new places, and adapting to new environments. During these times, people may be more open, which can inform interventions designed to harness these moments more effectively. Ultimately, my research reframes intergroup contact as a matter of both choice and structure, where individual motivations meet the opportunities and constraints of the city. By tracking not only where people go, but also why, I want to show how urban spaces can achieve to become engines of cohesion, creativity, and resilience.